Hi, my name is Michelle. You're watching From Surviving to Thriving. Thank you so much for watching my channel. So I was sent in a question by a subscriber that I thought would be really interesting to analyze. Basically, this person has been out of the relationship for about a year and a half, is moving towards healing, but was with the narcissist for 20 years. And now they just learned the narcissist is moving on to a new supply. And so basically the question was, do I help this person? Should I warn this person? Because she, in this case, the narcissist is a he, not that it is in every case, but in this case it is. And she said, this woman is where I was 20 years ago. Should I try to help her? Now that's a very common question that a lot of people go through after the relationship is over. And some people go through it for different reasons. Sometimes they've been discarded and the narcissist is on new supply so fast that anger and frustration motivates someone to just want to expose this person for who they really are. Sometimes, in the case of this subscriber, these feelings aren't coming from any kind of pain or resentment, but rather actual caring about someone else because you know what they're going to go through. And so it's a really good question. The funny thing is, the more I learn about narcissism, the more I reflect back, I realize that we all know that narcissists they kind of, dance to the beat of their own drum. We already know that. But I've come to the realization that those that are in the relationship with them no longer act like they normally would in a normal situation. For example, a friend of my daughter's was getting to know a young guy, and his former girlfriend contacted her via Instagram and just warned her nicely and said, look, it's over between me and this guy. I just wanted to let you know to be careful because he does have, a history of mental illness. She said, when I was with him, I found it kind of affecting me. I was either always up or always down, and it was a little difficult for me. I just wanted you to keep that in mind. That's normal. That's a normal, I'm caring for you. I have no hard feelings. I just want to reach out and help you because I feel like at least I'm helping somebody instead of watching them go into something that could possibly be disastrous, and know that I could prevent it and not do anything about it. In this case, the other young woman thanked her and said, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for that. And she watched and she noticed the disorder that this young man was battling, and she had to take into consideration whether or not it was something she could deal with. But that was very normal. You could take this same young woman, let's say if she hooks up with a narcissist and an ex warns you about a narcissist, instead of listening to it and taking it into contemplation, doesn't mean you go and you follow it and say, oh, this is what this person said, this is true. No, but you reflect a little bit, you watch, you observe, and then you make your own decision. But when you're with a narcissist, people don't realize from the very beginning they've given up their viewpoint. And it's all because of the way the narcissist preps their victims. What they do is they portray this, you need to protect me. This person's out to get me, kind of victim mentality. They're projecting this victim mentality. And the person that's in a relationship or beginning a relationship with them thinks, wow, I need to help this person. So when the narcissist has you thinking that they are a victim, that they need to be protected, then they start to feed you what you need to protect them from. My ex could never get over the fact that we broke up. And so anytime I get into a relationship and she knows that I could really fall for this person, that this person is special, love bombing, this person is something amazing, and all you're doing is hearing these compliments. Every time she does that, she says something to try to make the person look at me bad. And it's only because I'm not with her, she doesn't want anyone else. She doesn't want to see me happy. And I don't know why she's like that. It's so frustrating. Okay, now take that same young woman and have that ex go to her and say, hey, you need to be careful. She's not going to believe a word this other person says. She's not going to contemplate, reflect, analyze, observe. No, she's going to go into defend mode and not listen to a word this person is saying. Go back to the narcissist, because now it's been reinforced. What the narcissist said would happen, how he claimed his ex would act, she did act that way, so it reinforced her confidence in the narcissist viewpoint, and that person will stick like glue to the narcissist. And no matter how good your intentions are, no matter how you explain it, helping the person to see this is, I am not over this person, and if you want to be with them, that's fine, just keep this into consideration. No matter how you paint it, that person's not going to see it. It's very sad. It's very sad, but it's a reality. I've seen it so many times. And once again, this all has to do with the fact that the narcissist is a master manipulator. They know that their ex is going to want to expose them. Some narcissists will talk bad about their ex, but if you really pay attention, the majority of times they talk bad and negatively with themselves in victim mode. And by doing this, it automatically makes the person want to defend. Who doesn't want to defend a victim? Somebody who's being victimized, somebody who's being taken advantage of. It creates that wanting to defend in the other person. And that's why, in response, I know I answered this question in a very long, roundabout way, but I like to show the narcissist mentality, because it really helps you to see just how powerful their manipulation is. But my answer would be, it would be a waste of time to try to warn the new supply. Even if you're coming from the most loving place in your heart, the most caring place, it would be a waste of your time. It would probably cause you some frustration, because the person's not going to respond the way a normal person would, even if this is a healthy individual still. They haven't been with a narcissist for a while, so they're still healthy. They're not going to do that. They're going to come at you with their claws out, and it's going to surprise you, and you'll wind up being the one that's hurt in the conversation. The third thing is you are giving supply to the narcissist, because when this new supply goes back to the narcissist and says how you tried to do this and how you said this, he is filled with that attention. He is felt, or she, and again, sometimes I say he and she because a lot of the comments, a lot of the questions that are sent in are by females, but this goes either way. There is no gender bias when it comes to narcissism. It could be male or female. But what you're doing is you're giving new supply, with the new supply, to the narcissist, and they love it. So the best thing you can do with the new supply is just ignore it and move on. Continue making your life happy. Continue recognizing that unfortunately this person is probably going to have to find out on their own, and hope that they do a lot sooner than a lot of us did. So just continue to focus on you, on making your life, giving yourself the quality of life that you deserve, that you really want, becoming the person that you want to be, because for 20 years, no doubt, you were not allowed to be you. Now you can. And so that's the best thing you can do for yourself, is just focus on that, and know that if it was a different illness, if it was a different circumstance, you know that out of no resentment, you would want to reach out to help this person. The only people we could ever really help are people that want our help. And unfortunately, somebody that's in the stage of the love bombing stage with a narcissist does not want to come out. They don't want that bubble burst, because they're at that point where they still think it's real. I'm happy to hear that you're out of the relationship, you're healing, you're moving forward, you're finding you again, and that's a victory in itself.